Hello, Internet, and welcome to my review for Tokyo Ghoul Re, episode 23, the penultimate episode. When we last left off, um, the surviving CCG and GOAT members, they're all alive, what am I talking about? They freed Kaneki, and after they freed Kaneki, Kaneki got better, was able to walk around. Psycho, and Urie went out to investigate the world now that it's been or investigate Tokyo now it's been like fucking ruined by the dragon. Um, and while they were there, they were attacked by the dragon children. Psycho got poisoned and got the same kind of RC condition that Shirazu's sister has. And that's kind of where we leave off. So before we get to the review proper, just a reminder, I have my 2019 winter anime review straw poll in the description down below. Please go fill that out. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you want to see me review next season, which will be only another month until that closes. It's up until January 15th, so that you have time to actually watch winter shows. You know the drill. Anyway, moving right along into the review proper. When the episode opens, Kimi is discussing with most of the surviving GOAT members. I think is only ghouls there. It's like Kaneki and Toka and Nishiki and other people. I forget all who, but anyway, they're all like, it would be best for a ghoul to go down because there's the poison that's effect that's turning humans into ghouls. So it'd be best for a ghoul to go down and handle all this shit. But Kimi's like, yeah, but that might still affect your RC cells because we don't know what's going on down there. And then Kaneki brings up that he's resistant to the poison, which is weird because I think in the manga it was Kimi. Kimi had been studying him after he had woken up and had realized that he had a resistance to this stuff. And so it's weird that Kaneki brings it up here, who wasn't researching himself and who should not have exactly the firmest grasp of his cell count. So that's a kind of weird thing to me. But you know what? It's better than V because I hate V. V is stupid. V is so I was wondering how the anime was going to handle the final V attack because they were, even if they never physically showed up all that much in the manga, they were always kind of a presence. Everyone was always whispering about V this, V that. You know, Furuta was an agent of V, and he's probably still working for V even now. Yada yada yada. But the anime, they just didn't. V showed up, a bit in the Route A flashbacks with Yoshimura, even if their survival was kind of edited out of Route A. And then I think they were briefly brought up at the beginning of this season. We see Furuta and Arima, who is still undercover with them, talk to, is Kaiko the V leader's name? It's been a while, and he doesn't get a name in this episode. But no, we're pretty much gonna have to fight. We just have V show up with no knowledge of who these guys are. No one in the surviving cast besides Kaneki really should know who V is. At least none of the heroes should. And yet they all see these weird, bald, expressionless, top hat wearing goons charging at them, and they're like, oh yep, time for a fight. And sure, if you see a bunch of expressionless, top hat wearing goons charging at you, of course you're gonna fight them, but there's no surprise that these guys exist. The first reaction should be, what the fuck are those? The second reaction should be, we gotta fight them, because they're creepy. But yeah, honestly, it would have been more prudent to just cut them out of the finale and have the final battle, have that final, everyone has their final stand against Zombie Edo. Because Zombie Edo is controlled by Donato. And Donato, they should keep Donato, Uda, and Itori, because they have some interesting drama attached to them, because they're characters we've known for so long. They have deep ties with other members of the cast. That's good storytelling. And when I get to that part of the episode, I will be singing its praises because it's phenomenal. It is phenomenal. But until we get there, I will not be singing its praises because it's not very good. But yeah, the final battle was just the investigators and the other GOAT members all fighting Zombie Edo, while Amon fights Donato and Yomo fights Uda. That would have been big big good things in my book. I not have the word for that. Big good things in my book. Here at the Gracer1112 YouTube channel, we use intelligent words like big good things. We use big good things. That's your English lesson from Gracer for the day. Night. It's 2 in the morning. Hello. Anyway, where was I? But yeah, anyway. So V really should have been cut. Honestly, they didn't do a whole lot. V should have been cut out earlier in the adaptation, for one thing, because Rude killed them all off. And B, because they didn't do much. If Uda had the idea to make ghouls and humans one, that could have been, that was all the motivation they needed. If they had set up Furita as, like, the dark Kaneki. Kaneki wants to bring humans and ghouls together, you know, forcefully to the table, but, like, ultimately saving as many lives as possible. You know, Kaneki recognizes that he has to fight humans in order for them to actually, like, have peace with ghouls, but he doesn't want to. And setting his ultimately peaceful methods up with Furita's give them an enemy they can't stop would have been simply focusing on that would have been a much better contrast, would have led to a much better season. Yeah. That's always gonna be a disappointment. And it's just kind of the tragedy of this season. There's a lot of great content in these last 120 chapters that have been crammed, compressed, you know, to the point of being nearly unrecognizable by the stress of the adaptation. And it's tragic. It's really upsetting to me, you know, how much good material here, especially in this episode, that's just not fair. You know, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. But, like, whatever. It's not the show's fault. It's not the episode's fault. It's not Piero's fault. It's Shueisha's fault. It is entirely Shueisha's fault. But yeah. Anyway, right as everyone is fighting V, a brainwashed Edo shows up who has laser beams for some reason. That wasn't one of Edo's powers, was it? I don't think it was. I don't think Edo had laser powers. I mean, I dig it. It's cool as fuck. But, like, laser powers? I mean, the growth of, like, energy-based Kagane in Reef from way back with, like, Hairu's Quinque that shot electricity balls or whatever, it's always been weird, especially given that Kagane and Quinque are supposed to be, like, biological things, and laser beams was never a part of that, and I don't know. Anyway, back onto V, because I cannot leave V alone, because they're bullshit. These motivations somehow make less sense than they did in the manga. Kaiko actually, when he fights Take, does go into it. They want to become full ghouls. Because the manga goes into there's still more, like, types of people. And one of them is, I think, half humans, they're called, and that's what most of V are. The Washu, I remember now, they were, like, lower, V was below the Washu. Officially. The Washu kind of, like, ran V, and V, because Washu were full ghouls, and V were the result of, like, ghoul-human hybrids that sometimes turn out, you know, one-eyed ghouls like Edo, and sometimes turn out half-humans like Arima, actually, I think, right? It's been a while since I read all this. And so, V, who were the half-humans like Arima, wanted to get the power, right? And so they had Furita stage this whole coup, because Furita, being, like, a branch child and kind of, like, abandoned by the main family, also was not a big fan of the main family. I think this is it. I might be making half this shit up. But V's always been vague, so I'll make up whatever the fuck I want, you know? But because the anime skimmed over everything I just said, V is just there. They're just there for a final battle, and they don't need to be there. It would work without it. If you cut V, nothing of value is lost, at least in the anime. The manga, there might be some stuff that would be kind of weird to explain without V. The anime, you excise V from the plot altogether, besides their role in the Yoshimura flashback, and you're golden. Nothing has changed. Things have changed, but they're all better. Things are much better. Even if Take is now fighting, you know, some mindless Edo clone, Edo zombie thing, and not an actual character, but Kaiko is not really a character in the adaptation anyway, so who cares? Anyway, On a more positive note, from this point on, the review gets positive. All the positive stuff was crammed in the back half. On a slightly more positive note, as Rize and Ayato are climbing through the underground to get to the dragon. Sorry about my eyes, they're all blinking. I don't know what's going on with them tonight. It happened during my Boruto video earlier tonight, and it's happening again here. I don't know what's going on. Sorry about that. Anyway, where was I? Sorry, ADD's talking. I've been off my meds for a couple weeks now. Maybe only 1 week. Anyway, that's ADD right there talking for you again. Where was I? Focus. 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 Anyway, okay. So, on a more positive note, Rize's image haunting Kaneki. The anime left some things out about Rize. That Rize's image haunting Kaneki as he approaches the center of the dragon is both some great foreshadowing for what's to come next week. And also another stellar use of Rize as this like metaphor for depression. You know, even with episode 10 where he like just beats down Rize, you know, tells Rize, who is really the stand-in for his depression, I don't give a shit about you, get the fuck out of here. It's not that simple, and Rize continues to haunt him. It's a great metaphor. Yeah. And then we have the good shit. After Hinami tracks down where our 3 clowns are hiding out, Amon comes to fight Donato, and Yomo comes to fight Uda and Itori, or not so much Itori, maybe just fights Uda, but you know. The Renji and Uda fight is incredibly short, and that is definitely a count against it. And I feel like it's missing some of the, like, emotional oomph this fight should have. But you know what? God damn it, their conversation at the end is so fucking cute. It is cute as hell. I love it to death. As Renji's like, yeah, you want to kill me. You've always wanted to kill me, as Uda explains during their fights. And I want to be your friend, so we're both gonna do that. Just keep trying to kill me, and I'll keep stopping you. And when you're not trying to kill me, we'll be best friends. And, like, god damn it, it's so cute. It is so cute. And then we have the fucking kicker. The best part of this entire episode. Amon's best work all season, let's be honest. Donato and Amon, unlike the Uda stuff, has all of the oomph it needs. Even if, as a price of the adaptation, is cut pretty short. But it gets all the necessary parts there, from the more strategic things of Amon figuring out how to tell which of the Donatos is real, to that all-important, I always loved you, at the end, as he strikes down Donato. And then there's that conversation they have, you know, where Amon starts to, like, break down and say, like, all the good things Donato did for him, even if, you know, he was killing people left and right. Donato is still his dad, you know? It kind of reminds me of Gray versus Silver from Fairy Tail. As Gray goes, it's not quite the same because Silver was, like, kind of brainwashed, or not brainwashed, like, controlled by keys. But, you know, as Gray goes to, like, strike down Silver, you know, I have to stop you, you're an enemy of Fairy Tail, and then he breaks down, but you're still my father. It's very reminiscent of that highlight of Fairy Tail, and that is my favorite Fairy Tail moment, high key. High key, my favorite Fairy Tail moment. This is probably my favorite moment in season 4 right here, so far. Next week, when we get that line, when we get that Kaneki line, that's the best moment in the series right there. But anyway, Amon and Donato, oh boy, it was so good. So good. And you know, even, the point is that even with everything Amon has been through, thanks to Donato, he still can't help but see Donato as a father. And, of course, a son would love his father, even if he's an abusive, cannibalistic piece of shit. He can't stop that. And that's some good fucking shit. But, you know, even with that, he still has to move past those feelings of love to save the people he cares about now. It's some great fucking shit with Amon. And it's the best Amon's gotten in all of Re, if not all of Ghoul. Maybe some of, like, the Amon and Kaneki stuff in the original Ghoul might shine higher than it, but even then, actually, no, this is Amon's best moment in the entire series. It's so fucking amazing. Ah, God, I'm so glad the anime did this scene justice, at least. Even if everything else was kind of, from, like, good to, like, you know, at least this scene was a high mark. Yeah. And then, Uda, or with Donato dead, Eto's cross on her like neck stump fades away, ending that battle. The CCG is ready to have one final battle with the V guys, and then Kaneki runs into Furita in the underground after Ayato has stayed behind to fight the Dragon Children, and they are now ready to have their excellent final battle. And that's where we leave off. So, on the whole, another giant mixed bag of an episode, which is kind of a problem with the adaptation as a whole, as I've gone into in the past 10 episodes of this season. On the one hand, V is somehow more bland than they were in the manga. Somehow, they are less interesting than they were in the manga. And in the manga, they always got by on the promise that we were going to get more answers about V, and then we never did. That was just kind of it. But that's not happening here. Maybe because I know how it ends, and I know we don't get answers about V, but also because V has just never been mentioned in the anime that much at all. They were brought up once at the beginning of season 4. Root A didn't even say their name. But yeah, a literal faceless horde that the anime did nothing to set up does not a good villain make. But the clown fights were much better. The actual fight with Uda suffered. The fight itself was kind of short. But their semi-reconciliation was just classic messy Ghoul. It's a very warped sense of morality that we don't have, but in a world where like they've been killing each other for years, expecting people to kill you is kind of par for the course. So that it makes sense that that's not something Yomo sees as some like deal breaker. Oh yeah, he's trying to kill me. Who hasn't tried to kill me at this point? And the Amo Donato stuff, it was the best material Amo's gotten in Re or in Ghoul, bar none. It's messy. Amon's feelings towards Donato is messy, but everything's messy. That's what makes life. And that's what makes Amon such a great fucking character. He gets that it's messy. Everything, love and hate and relationships and family, it's messy. Life is messy, Ghoul is messy, and Amon is great. And so next time, it's the finale. Everything ends. Kaneki and Furita finally have it out. And I can't fucking wait. Anyway, that's all I have for this week's episode. Hope you all enjoyed the video and the episode itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe or fill out that straw poll down below. Or do whatever the fuck you want. I don't really care. And remember, people, life is messy. Bye.